There is one variable that determines whether you build muscle or just get tired. Not protein, not the number of sets, not which exercises you choose. One variable, and most naturally skinny guys are getting it wrong in the exact same way. It's called progressive overload, and the version of it you've been taught is probably the reason your training stopped working months ago. Here's what you were told. Add weight to the bar every week. Show up. Lift more than last time. Grow. Simple. Here's why that breaks down for someone built like you. When you're naturally thin, your recovery capacity is limited relative to the stimulus you're trying to generate. Your nervous system adapts quickly, faster than your muscles do. So after the first few weeks of training, the just add weight model runs out of road. You can't add 5 pounds to your bench every 7 days forever. Nobody can. But for naturally lean guys, that wall arrives earlier and harder than for most. When the weight stops going up, most skinny guys do one of two things. They keep trying to force heavier loads and start compensating. Shorter range of motion, worse technique, borrowed momentum, which means the muscle they're trying to grow is doing less work, not more. Or they accept the plateau, assume they've hit a ceiling, and quietly stop believing progress is possible. Neither response is the problem. The diagnosis is the problem. The weight didn't stop going up because you reached your limit. It stopped going up because you were tracking the wrong variable. Progressive overload doesn't mean progressive weight. It means progressive tension on the muscle over time. Weight is one way to increase tension, but it's not the only way. And for naturally lean lifters with longer lever arms, it's often not even the best way. Here are 3 variables that generate progressive overload without adding a single kilogram to the bar. First, range of motion, deliberately extended. If you've been doing a curl to 90 degrees, taking it to full extension and full contraction adds mechanical tension across a longer portion of the muscle belly. Same weight, more stimulus. Second, tempo. Slowing the eccentric, the lowering portion of any rep, from 1 second to 3 or 4 seconds, dramatically increases time under tension. The muscle doesn't know how much weight is on the bar. It knows how long it's working and how hard. A slow 4-second negative with a moderate weight produces more hypertrophic stimulus than a sloppy heavy rep for most isolation movements. Third, rep range progression. Instead of adding weight, add reps within your target range before moving up in load. If your target is 8 to 12 reps and you're hitting 8 with a given weight, work up to 12 clean reps before adding load. This isn't easier, it's smarter. It guarantees your muscles are actually doing the work before you make the work harder. The principle underneath all 3 of these is the same. Your muscle needs to experience more demand than last time. How you deliver that demand is a choice, not a fixed rule. For naturally thin lifters, rotating between these 3 methods across a training block produces more consistent growth than trying to add weight every single week, because it gives your recovery system time to catch up to the stimulus instead of constantly chasing a number that stops being achievable. Track all 3. Log your tempo, log your range, log your rep count. When weight goes up, it means something, because everything else was already maximized. This is the system that makes progressive overload actually work for the body you have, not the average body someone else designed your program for. If you've been stuck at the same weights for months, you're not weak. You've been measuring the wrong thing. Subscribe. Every week we build one more piece of the system. Built from nothing, built the right way. Let's keep going.